Hi there, students.
Hello, students.
The moral high ground. Okay, I think first of all we should look at the meaning of high ground. High ground is a military concept. If you possess the high ground in a battle, you have the strongest position. It's easier to defend the high ground because the enemy, if they attack, must attack uphill, whereas you defend or attack downhill, and therefore it's easier for you. But what's the moral high ground?
Okay, so thinking about the moral high ground, for example, applied to business, even though we have been discussing today whether it's appropriate or not to actually apply this concept to business, let's think about, for example, the Body Shop. The Body Shop is a cosmetics company. It was founded by Anita Roddick. And some of the principles of this company are fair trade, they are against animal testing, they give a fair payment to their employees, etc., etc. So, for example, fair trade has to do with paying a fair market price instead of just a pittance when paying for a certain product.
But isn't that just marketing?
That's the point. That's the point that we were considering, because if a business just does this due to marketing to have a certain presence in the market and to attract a certain kind of customers, can we consider this to actually be the more high ground?
I don't know, I'm thinking of oil companies.
Exactly.
Green fuel. I don't think an oil company can be green by definition.
Yeah.
Is this the moral high ground? They're certainly attempting to use it for marketing.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, it's true that they are doing this for profit. So we're not too sure if we could consider the moral high ground in the business context.
Also, think of the example of an artist or two artists. One who paints pictures because he loves painting pictures, and the other who paints pictures because he makes money painting pictures. The one who enjoys painting pictures for art's sake, he is the one who has the high moral ground, the moral high ground, the strong position morally. Yeah. You could also think about the moral high ground in politics. For example, a political party that will not support any legislation that is not morally acceptable is one that is taking or trying to take the moral high ground. Notice as well, you can take the moral high ground is to try and be more moral and more following moral principles than your competitors. Okay, so the moral high ground, a moral position that is supported by your actions. Oh yes, another example as well. James and John had an argument, and I hear they're not talking. But then James said to me, I've decided I'm going to talk to him again because friendship is more important than a silly argument. Here, he is taking the moral high ground. Yeah?
Yeah. Good example.
So, the moral high ground. What about formality? I would say it's probably slightly formal. I guess you could use it in an informal conversation, but it's better for a formal essay or something like that. Would you say so?
I agree. Completely agree.
Okay, so I think that's probably enough then.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the video,
give it a rating,
subscribe to my channel,
and we'll see you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.
The moral high ground.